Here on TapRooT TV, we want to let our viewers know helpful information that can improve performance and save lives. And I'm here joined with Alex Paradise. We're going to talk about what's in your plan to stop human error. Alex, thanks for joining today.
Always a pleasure to be on TapRooT TV.
Absolutely. I want to know, what is human error? For some of our viewers, they may not understand fully, and you are an expert at this, so take it away.
So the term human error gets tossed around by so many different people. I think the first time I heard it, when I was in operations, we had, the supervisor be reporting out, somebody made a mistake, and they went, well, the root cause was human error. You hear that so frequently, and the problem is when you just start with, well, the root cause was human error, or this person, people just make mistakes. Well, that is true. So human error is the idea that people are not the most reliable safeguards. And so in the process of doing the work, doing a task, doing things, they take shortcuts, they make mistakes, and incidents happen. And, our course, when we talk about stopping human error and how do you prevent human error, we start off with understanding, what's the outcome? What's the problem when people make mistakes? And that can be small things. Somebody could fall and hurt themselves, or maybe they scrap one piece of product, or maybe they make some sort of small mistake that causes a near miss. Maybe it's not even that bad. But human error can lead to big problems. It can lead to millions of dollars in damages. It can lead to fires, explosions, legal. Your CEOs can be going to jail because of simple mistakes that people made. So understanding why people make mistakes and how you can prevent it is so critical in industries.
Good point. So we want to have a plan to stop this. But how do we know where to begin? What works and what doesn't work? What advice do you have for that?
So we started with that question when we developed the Stopping Human Error course. Mark Paradise was looking around at the different techniques that were out there, what existed, what we were teaching in TapRooT and what others were teaching, and said, a lot of what people don't understand about human error is they don't have that human performance background, that human factors background. And if we can give people that expertise, if we can give people that understanding of why people make the decisions they make, what are the different tools that you can have to prevent people from making mistakes, and give you that critical thinking that you need when you have human factors training in order to see, hey, this tool that everybody's talking about, it really has no human factors basics. It really has no human factor basis for why it works. And so we give people the tools to think about the way people work and the way their systems work. And that's the start of that course. So that was our objective. But then as we developed the course, we realized, most people want a plan. They don't want to just get the information. They want to think about how are they going to use it for their organization. So we set out in the course as well to say, we're not just going to teach you about the way people make mistakes, but we're going to say, is this mistake a common problem in your company, at your facilities? So we actually have people collect information before they come to the course. That way they have a good idea of what are the types of mistakes that people are making, what are the types of problems that they have. And we work through the course to talk about these different best practices they can put in place to stop human error. And also, at the very end of the course, we work on we have an 11-step process for how do you build a program and make sure it's successful. And we work through the initial stages of that with the people in the course. So when you exit our Stopping Human Error course, not only are you going to have a good fundamental understanding of why people make mistakes and why mistakes occur and how you can fix them, but you also now have built the foundations for a plan to fix them.
That's a proactive approach, and building a plan directly in the class that you can take with you at the conclusion, use it in your company, your facilities, is awesome. So if somebody wants to sign up for this course, how do they do that?
So we've got our pre-summit is the next time we're going to be doing this course. Will be in the pre-summit, and that's in the middle of June. You can go to our website and sign up for those there. We're actually going to be doing this in person and virtually, so we're going to be doing an interesting combination. And so we've got some different ways we're going to make those activities interactive for both the virtual attendees as well as the in-person. And this course is really going to be we've had a lot of success when we've taught it. The students learn a lot, and they come out with some really good ideas for what they can apply in their companies. And you mentioned proactive. And I want to be really clear, because we're not just going to be teaching reactive things. So, a lot of people think about TapRooT, they think about the reactive side of it, investigating after somebody made a mistake. But realistically, this course is all about the proactive element to say, well, what can I put in place now? What can I do now to make people less likely to make mistakes in the future? And so this course gives you those tools, gives you those techniques, gives you that method of thinking of how to approach these human performance problems and human performance difficulties.
Very good. So if somebody's new to TapRooT, where do they begin? Can they go immediately into a Stopping Human Error course, or do they need to start with essentials?
No, we cover we cover it in a very short period. We'll talk through the TapRooT process as well. So if you haven't been TapRooT trained, it's actually a really good course to not only understand why TapRooT works and why it's good, but also a lot of the human performance research that went into making TapRooT. So this course covers that. There's no need for you to have had 2-day training prior to it. It's great if you have, makes it better. A 5-day makes it better. But you don't have to have had prior TapRooT training to enjoy this course. It's built for the novice off the street that has no human performance background whatsoever. So that course will take you from 0 to 60 in 2 days. So it's a drink it from a fire hose in some cases, but there's a lot of really good information, and it's a lot of learning that gets to be done. And we cover a diverse set of topics, from things like pre-job briefings, building management systems, how do you normalize excellence instead of deviation. We talk a lot of different techniques like STAR, 3-way communication techniques. I mean, we cover a very large gambit of a lot of these different human performance techniques. And the cool thing about it is, we've got book 10 of the TapRooT book series. That's our book on stopping human error, and it's almost an encyclopedia of the ways you can prevent mistakes. We cover a good portion of it, but you get that book if you come to the course, and there's things that you can't cover in 2 days, but it's in the book, and it's a great resource for all of these different human performance techniques.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add about stopping human error and having that plan?
So I think, anybody that comes to this course, we're going to have you bring a couple things. We were going to have you do a little bit of prep work before the course for looking at your history of ways people make mistakes, but we're also going to have you bring things like your procedures. Bring a procedure, because we're going to teach you how to evaluate and make procedures that people are actually going to follow.
That's good.
And actually going to have good results and not make mistakes while following. So we're going to teach some techniques on those kind of things. And anybody that comes to the course, coming with an open mind, coming with an eagerness and enthusiasm to learn really helps. So I always, I haven't had a bad student yet in that course, because everybody is always excited about understanding why people make mistakes. So I'm looking forward to this one. Mark and I always have been teaching these together, and they're a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining me today. If you're interested in signing up, you can go to taproot.com on our courses page and look for Stopping Human Error. I'm Emily Pritt, and this is Alex Paradise.
And I hope to see you at the summit.
Yeah, we'll see you then.